Good morning. Oh, I forgot to turn off the Wi-Fi. Hopefully, try not to connect to any Wi-Fi. Should be fine. I'm not walking around. So I'm trying to see, maybe that's good enough. It's got some lightning. I don't know if that's real or not, or AI. These days, it's very hard to see if things are AI or real. I thought that I would make a good morning, don't go team very. Oh, now we all know that I don't have premium. There we go. I think that's pretty much AI. I wanted to put some like rain in the background. I can't open the window, right? Because like I'm just like streaming my location. Here is my apartment. So we'll see. We might have like some run into some commercials. Kirsten, go to Mary, good morning. So I stepped outside and Ohayo, Kyle, go to Mary. The projector is called Nebula. From the start, thank you for the warning. These days, it's not like, are there more than one people, like live streamers, got killed in Japan? Really? I know about one person. I guess like the timing was great. I was kind of debating last night. I was like, okay, if the rain is not too bad, maybe I can do like a, rain outside walking and kind of like live stream today. But then I was like, I saw the weather forecast and it's gonna be like rain all day, and it's kind of like not like spitting rain, it's like a rain, so maybe not, right? It was just one girl streamer, yeah, I know. So I saw the news. Actually, my mom sent me the news. It's like she knows that I'm streaming, and every Sunday. It's not like she watches, but she has the knowledge of it. And so she's like, "Oh, you gotta be careful since you are streaming." And then like I saw the comments on the news, which is true, that like people are calling the girl kind of like dumb, because live streaming is basically you're broadcasting your current location. So yeah, there's like a little lag, but the lag is not so big that you can kind of like, if you know what she looks like, and if you are familiar with streets, like if they go to like a back street or something, then probably it's hard to tell. But like we've done the same kind of like game that I told you guys, like, oh, I know like most of you guys are not living in Japan, but just because like we are doing like where is she, we haven't done that, because like I always give away where exactly I am in the title and thumbnail lately. But in the beginning of live stream, we used to do like, okay, so I'm going to show you around and then tell me exactly where I am on Google Maps, right? But I was saying like, well, just on Google Maps, just like don't come out and say hi to me while I'm streaming, right? So yeah, like I understand the people say like, well, if you're streaming and then like if you're broadcasting where you are, and then you have to expect like there are certain people who trying to like attack you and hurt you, right? In the beginning, I don't know how much you follow the streaming, but like, by the way, the location is like near Takada no Baba station, like JR station, but the address, like Takada no Baba, is like Shinjuku area. So it's not like Shinjuku station, but still it's Shinjuku area. So now you know we were talking about like how dangerous Shinjuku is. That because like it wasn't like a big news as much as this one, but right after either we normalize shot Shinjuku night walk, or like the like host guys like talk to you kind of like creepy video, or maybe like after we put the video up, well, it's just like only like a couple weeks difference, right? I saw the news in Shinjuku that a group of young like teenage boys attacked the salaryman and like middle-aged guy after work, and he's not dead. Ah, Keith, thank you so much for the cute little sticker. Yay, that's my dog. But group of the teenage boys attacked with like a metal pipe or something, and then the guy is severely hurt. And John, go Team Berry. And then his life is okay, but he's hospitalized, and then he got mugged. So, and then that was Shinjuku area. So yeah, if you go to Shinjuku, be careful. And but the person, Arif, you know so much about it. And so the girl, first they like misunderstood, the media misunderstood the middle-aged guy who killed her. It's so scary though, like he killed her with like the knife, but like stabbed multiple times. And either he picked up the girl's phone while she was streaming, or he used his own phone. I don't know which one, but he was either streaming or just recording for himself. But he, after pretty much she's like completely out, maybe she just passed out from the blood loss at the time, or she already dead, you don't know, but he was like kicking her body, and then he was like, just filming. Crazy. But in the beginning, the media said that they didn't know each other. They knew only like through online or something, and then he was just like a big fan of hers, and then sometimes fan gets crazy and he was stalking or anything like that. So that was our understanding. So that's why my mom was like, well, you gotta be careful, right? But then later on, the investigation happened, and then they found out that she knew him in person. And well, maybe they met through online like streaming service, but then she was borrowing a lot of money from this particular guy. But this guy is either kind of like not mentally stable to begin with, or maybe he's diagnosed with something, and he doesn't have money. He may not have a job, and she was telling him to borrow money from whatever, right? Like he can't borrow money from bank, but that he can go to certain places with like a ridiculous, like illegal high interest. And she was like asking him to, well, more like, telling him to go borrow some money from all the like different places. And so he was in massive debt. And he gave her all that money that he borrowed, and then she just cut him off because he couldn't pay no more. And so he filed a lawsuit against the girl, actually, and then he won the lawsuit. And so the court order said that she had to pay him back. It was like 2 million yen, 3 million yen, something like that. But she refused to, pay him back. So, good morning. And so he lost everything and he can't reach her. And so I guess that was like his last thing that he could do. He pretty much probably like gave up on his own life and was like, okay, there's nothing I can do. And he just like came out to Tokyo at that time because she was doing, like, she announced how much million in dollar, $20,000 if I count 100 yen and then $1. Yeah, so it's like more like $1 is like 150 yen, so little bit less than $20,000 in current exchange rate, but something like that. If the court cannot find her and how the guy found her. Oh, that's easy. That's easy because she was streaming. she announced that she was streaming on that day, and she was doing some like activity where she goes, I don't know, she was taking a train or just walking, but she said she was going to Kevin, thank you, she was going around the all like Yamanote-sen line. So, and then she was like, oh, here I'm like Takadama Baba right now, and then he'll be able to find it, right? And but this is the thing, like, it's a civil suit, right? It's a civil suit that he filed against her, and I have a similar experience in like civil suit. And hi, Ami. So I got hit by a when I was riding a scooter 10 years back. I got hit by another scooter who was driving behind me. I stopped at the red light. He wasn't paying attention, and he hit me from behind. And at that time, well, one, he wasn't carrying the driver's license, and two, he didn't have the minimum insurance or anything. And so he couldn't pay me a penny. And so in Japan, when you got into car accidents, and if you have a insurance company like I do, you just call the insurance person. And the insurance person versus insurance person of the person who hit you or you hit, either way, they usually they usually talk. So we don't have to talk. Like they kind of like becomes the representatives of ours. And then they negotiate, and then they'll tell us like, you know, the like who is paying how much and yada yada yada. However, I kind of knew him. I learned later on that he was the brother of a person who went school together back in elementary school. And so I know his financial situation, and so I know that he can't pay, and especially without any insurance. If he had insurance would cover everything, so he didn't have to pay a penny. But because he didn't have even the minimum insurance that's kind of set by the law, so he broke a law as well. So I don't know, like he was charged about it, but I filed a lawsuit against him because he refused to pay. And then like he was he minor? I don't think he was minor, but his family just don't care, right? And basically, good question, how much money did I win? Basically, my insurance company would pay me the money that I needed. I am how can I say? I'm entitled to? Is that a right word? I have the right to. Even though, and then my insurance company would act as a kind of like a lawyer, and then they will pay me first, and then they would collect from him directly. So I don't know if my insurance company was able to collect the money. I was covered for. If my insurance company was able to collect the money that they paid me from him, I have no idea. That's something that they will take care of. They have their own lawyers, and so maybe he had to pay to my insurance company, but that's something I don't know. Me personally, file lawsuit against him is, one, he didn't, like, if he came, he knows where I live. So if he came to my house and apologized or something like that, I would have said like, yeah, that's fine. I know that my insurance company is covering for me, so I don't want to, overly charge you or anything like that, right? But he didn't pick up my phone call. He didn't come to my house to apologize because I was stopping, so it's 100% his fault. And he's the one who's breaking the law. And but I haven't gotten any sincere apology from him. So that's why I was like, okay, if you don't say anything, if you don't come to apologize or anything like that, and then I will file a lawsuit against you. And then he didn't show up for the trial, anything, and then without him present in the trial, I won. So it's more like not how much I won, but it's I won the right to seize his account and his salary. So looks like the court did all the research and everything, investigation, and then they know for sure that he doesn't have money. He doesn't have anything that's valuable, and so we can't really do anything. He doesn't have an decent bank account that I can freeze, or he doesn't own anything valuable so I can take those away, right? So what the lawyer said is that it's already at the statute of limity. So I can't do anything now. But back then I had 10 years. And then this is kind of, I think, pushed this guy over the edge as well. Just because you won a civil lawsuit in Japan, just because the court said that you have the right to seize the account or take their money. I even got the right to take the salary directly from the company. A statute of limitations, thank you. Limity. What is that word? Statute of limitations. If before the company pays him. So I can reach out to the company he works for and say, hey, I got a court order said that I can take the salary directly from you before you pay him. I could have done that. However, this is the thing. The court or lawyer doesn't do anything to trace him down. So what the lawyer said after he told me that we won is that he is you have 10 years. If you go around and ask your friends, and we know that he's a brother of your friend from elementary school, so if you find where he lives, if you find that if he owns something valuable that he's hiding, or if you find where he works at, then we can seize whatever he has and then give those to you. And I was like, is it my job? Right? I won. I thought that was enough. And I thought I would get automatically whatever the money. I didn't care about the amount of the money. I was pretty much, my hospital visits are covered by the insurance. And then my bike got fixed by insurance money. So I didn't care. I'm not trying to, collect every single penny that he has. I don't care. But, that's what it is. Right? So I think it's the same situation for him. That first maybe he thought that if he wins the court case, and then he thought that he would automatically get the money back. But that's not it. So that's why I think he was told the same thing, that you have to reach out to her and then you have to tell us the information about her, and then only then he will get partial of the money. And I think that's pushed him over the edge. So anyway, so that's Japanese legal system, at least from my experience. Yeah, I guess he was getting pressed by long sharks. Yeah, that's probably one of the reasons. But is this the reason? No, it's just too rainy. It's too rainy. So, konbini haul. So I went out to 7-Eleven to get breakfast. Yeah, we want konbini. I know, right? So, in the rain. Good thing I decided to do this from home because it's rainy outside. Super rainy. So, but then I walked in and I saw all this like spring festival thing, like spring theme, spring, I don't know, fair, that's the word, spring fair that's going on. Japanese people like sakura. Japanese people like spring. So I was like, you know what? It's almost noon. So this is not breakfast at all. It's all like spring sakura theme. So let's try. We're gonna start with the drink because I'm thirsty. So I found this Doto Sakura latte. So I love sakura, like sakura theme, sakura flavored drinks and sakura matsuri, yay! Sakura flavored snacks, sakura mochi, yeah, anything sakura. But my mom hates it, so it's got like a little kick in the sweetness, like kind of flourish kind of flavor. So personally, I don't like jasmine tea. I have a friend named Jasmine. I like her, but I don't like jasmine tea because it's just like the flower smell or the taste is too strong for me. Sakura is the same. So just because, okay, so I think it's worth a try, but just try like maybe sakura latte at the Starbucks or sakura mochi, just to get the small portion, and just try it before you bunch of sakura theme snack or drinks. And also be careful when you want to if you want to give those like sakura flavored snacks like Kit Kats or whatever to your friends, because they might not like it just because you like it. Especially the sakura latte. Sakura latte should be fine, but if you find like, I thought this is really cute. You have 3 little mochi in one pack. And like sakura mochi usually have sakura. This is actual sakura flower, like pickled sakura. And then sakura mochi, this is like a small version, but like if you get like a decent one, sakura mochi is usually wrapped in a sakura leaves, like pickled sakura leaves. And those are also like has like a strong flavor to it. And amazake, I don't like amazake. I don't like it. So anyway, so and then usually for sakura mochi we eat the leaf, so it's kind of like hard. It's very thin and pickled, so it's hard to kind of, hey James, go to berry. It's hard to peel it off. And so some people don't like the texture as well. If it's kashiwa mochi, like the white one, kashiwa mochi is for May, for Boyd's Festival. But it comes with a kashiwa leaf. Kashiwa leaf is very thick and hard. I don't think that's pickled. So that's something you kind of like peel it off and just eat the mochi part. Does the sakura leaf tasty? It's salty. It's pickled, so salty. Oh, you didn't say Kit Kat sakura. Sakura Kit Kat. I think they do, but Kit Kats if you want to get Kit Kats, I would recommend hitting up some like souvenir shops or even like supermarkets or Don Quixote, not konbini. So so I'll show you what I have. I have Sakura latte, I have the mochi. By the way, the Sakura mochi. And then this is kusa mochi. So this is not matcha, this is kusa. So some kind of leaves. Yomogi leaves. And this is bitter. So yomogi leaves, not so many kids like it because it's a little bitter. And then this is like a regular white mochi. Nothing in it. And then it's got red bean paste. And then this is not sakura, but something red, something pink. I don't know, like something like this would exist in other countries, but Kit Kats is expensive in konbini. Well, konbini is usually more expensive compared to supermarkets, because they are open 24 hours, more conveniently located. But this is like a sweet sandwiches, and this is my first time trying this, so I want to try this probably in the beginning first, because usually I don't buy sweet like fruit sando. This is called fruit sando. And one, I don't like whipped cream, and it's got whipped cream. Two, I don't believe in sweet sandwiches. I'm kind of against that idea. I know the bread doesn't really have any taste. It's not sweet nor salty or sour, or it doesn't have any taste to it, right? So it should go well along with either like savory, like egg sando, or katsando or anything, or something sweet, right? But it's kind of same as crepe. So when you go to crepe shops in Harajuku or anywhere, and they have both. They have sweet one, like with like ice cream or like chocolate and bananas and strawberries and things like that. And also they have the savory one. They have like lettuce, ham, eggs. I never touched the savory crepe. I don't know, maybe if they use this different batter for that, but I just don't believe in it. Like crepes has to be a dessert. So same thing, sandwiches should be something savory, but I thought this is a good time to try this. So I have like a little more, so I'll show you later. But first, drink. It's gonna be so sweet. Everything's gonna be so sweet. I should have like brewed some coffee, like black coffee, like espresso or something. Ooh, that's a loud noise. Umami, I don't think it has umami. Whoa. This is really, I was like, okay, I lied. And it's like, oh, you can start with drink. Drink doesn't have like a really strong kick to it. It does. It really does. So I love it. Oh, I love it. I had Sakura latte the other, oh no, that was Sakura milk tea. That's why, maybe. The other day at the, itadakimasu. Thank you. At the coffee shop, I found like Sakura milk tea, and I was like, oh, I love Sakura. And then they had like a pickled Sakura as well. But it wasn't that strong Sakura. So I was like, oh, right. I might not have like that much crunchy thing, sorry, for ASMR. But yeah, food time. So this is good. I recommend it if you really like Sakura. This is actually very good. Better than Starbucks. Okay, so I'm gonna try Ichigo Sando. Just like onigiri, right? So this should have a custard in it too. I like custard. The ichigo is falling off. There you go. So it's got 2 pieces, and then this is sweet sandwich. I don't know if I can take a look inside. Ah, more custard, I think. More custard, less whipped cream. It's just like whipped cream, just like here at the top. So I should be fine. Itadakimasu! It's not that sweet. Well, I guess it doesn't have much cream more than I thought. I don't know if that's good or bad. More custard, but the strawberry is pretty good. Strawberry is pretty good. It's sweet enough, I guess. And then 7-Eleven was in like a trouble before that they don't have anything inside, but this one has something inside. Strawberry inside too. They're like scamming people. Like when they have like egg sandwich, like egg is only like this much and nothing in here. So they were kind of like on the internet all over the place that like, people are putting pictures online. But yeah, like I'm with you all the way. Like sandwich should be like savory, not sweet. But it's not that bad. It's not that bad. Still, I prefer like egg sando. Okay. This is better. All right, so since I have this, I need to make some space over here to put down the leftovers. Yeah, I like katsu sandwiches. They have like a really mini katsu sando. I love those. It's a good finger food. Oh, okay, we should do the rating. Okay, so this 9 because I like sakura. Just so you know, I like sakura. I like a strong sakura flavor. So this is 9. The sandwich is like 3. I don't hate it, but I would probably never gonna buy it because 1, I'm not a fan of like sweet sandwiches. But it's not like, oh, I can't eat it. You know, I was like, okay, fine. If I have to, I can, kind of thing. Maybe if you go to some other, like a specialty shop, like a sandwich shop, not like konbini sandwiches, then they might have better ones. Oh, I love your videos. Thank you so much. I'm working on one compartment video right now. So I said breakfast, but this is not breakfast. Just so you know, it's not like something I'm like, this is not what I usually eat for breakfast. Which one should I try? I'm not gonna try everything. So should I just like, stick with Sakura? Or should I go with the yomogi leaves? Or regular mochi? Go. Pick one. They usually have like a special sandwich shops. Pink and white, green, Sakura. Sakura. Okay, so pink one. Okay, so I'll do pink one. Sakura. Oh yeah, a lot of people are Sakura. I'm gonna do Sakura. Zenbu. No, not Zenbu. I have so much. Itadakimasu. Yeah, I guess the sakura flavor comes from like pickled leaves or the pickled sakura flower itself. So if you don't like how can I say? It's a little salty, not sour. This is salty. So if you don't like the salty, if you take this off and then you have less sakura flavor. So more like you can enjoy the sweetness of it. So it's pretty good. I can eat this. Yeah, this is really salty. So this isn't something that you would eat by on its own. Yeah, I need to mix. Ikura, very good. Very good point. So I would say, this is like 7. But the fact that you can enjoy all 3, and then the size is pretty kind of like not too small, not too big. So I would say like all together is just like 8 or 9, I guess. This is about 300 yen, so like $3. But like the current exchange rate is always tricky. So $3 is more like $2. 300 yen is more like $2. The Ichigo one, the sandwich is very expensive though. Yeah, this is like 500 yen, so $5. I don't know about this. Doesn't have a price on here. Probably like 300 yen. Okay, next. Okay, we did something very sweet. So let's try something savory. I was like, okay price, yeah. But the portion is very small because it's Japan, right? So Japanese food are very small portion, which is my size, but yeah. It's hard to get things at konbini to make you like full and like make you feel like, oh, I had a meal. That's little treat. Yeah, that's a little difficult, I guess. Yeah, but like snack might be okay. Motto snack, yes. So I was at the onigiri section and I'm like, onigiri, spring onigiri, right? Like I can't really think of anything. And then one thing this is something that I don't usually buy either, but because of this live stream, I was like, oh, I'm gonna try something new, right? We want to try something new together. Inari-san. So this is Inari sushi. Inari sushi. And Inari sushi itself is not really like, it doesn't scream spring. And I don't know what this character is. Iwashika. But it says it's got the vinegared pickled ginger. So if you ever had like takoyaki or okonomiyaki, anything else? Usually those two. Have you ever seen the shredded ginger, like very bright pink or like red ginger? Even if you go to a gyudon restaurant, they have like a container of those red ginger. I don't think they are naturally that red. I don't know. I think it's food coloring, but I have no idea. Maybe they are naturally that red. But anyway, so that's ginger. And then this particular ginger is in Inari sushi right here. Beni shoga, yes, beni shoga. So beni is red, and this is shin shoga. So it's like, you know, Japanese people like everything new. So we have like shinmai, komai for even rice. So shinmai, shin is new. So it's newly harvested. And komai, ko is old. So they would sell komai, which is harvested like previous year, little lower price than shinmai. I can't taste the difference. But this is shin shoga, so probably it's the same deal that it was harvested this year. And then Inari sushi is usually Inari. You know Inari shrines, right? Like fox. If you see a lot of fox at the shrine, that means like Inari shrine. And the foxes like age. I don't know. There's like some sort of like, I don't know, like legend. I have no idea. Like some sort of like, you know, Shintoism story. I don't know. But they say the fox is like this age and deep. I think this is deep fried tofu. Age is from tofu, so daizu. I have no idea. There are so many things I don't know. But it's wrapped in age. And then it's vinegared rice, like sushi. So onigiri is seasoned with salt, but this is going to be vinegared, so it's a little sour. And I have like maybe like dashi and stuff like that. And you can put pretty much anything. Not like, even if it's called sushi, it's not like they don't put like raw sashimi or anything like that. We usually put some vegetables. It's like shredded carrots and bamboo shoots, something like that. Maybe a little bit of meat. I don't know. But this one is only benishoga. So red ginger. So it should be a little spicy. But itadakimasu. Oh, okay. Ah. Yeah, the aftertaste is ginger. I was gonna say like, oh, I don't feel that much ginger. But then before I say it, and I had like a little kick in my back of my throat, like, oh, this is ginger. It's good, it's good. And the age is very juicy, so it's good. I personally don't like anything sour. Like, I don't particularly like lemons. I'm from Ehime, and Ehime is famous for oranges, but I don't particularly eat oranges either. If I had to, I would, but I don't choose to eat oranges. And I like sushi though, but like sushi doesn't, like, you use like soy sauce and everything, so sushi doesn't scream like I'm sour. But this is kind of sour. You can kind of taste the sourness. And I don't like umeboshi. Umeboshi is too sour for me. Anything else? I don't particularly love ketchup. So my parents were kind of like, so I never enjoyed as a child the typical like, you know, rice, like omelet, but like ketchup rice inside. And that's like a typical like kids lunch, right? And then kids love ketchup, right? And then or like hamburger patty, like hambagu. So they usually have like hambagu, And then they put like some sauce and the cheese and the ketchup. But I was like, no ketchup. So my parents thought that I was weird. But okay, so since I don't like anything sour, and then I probably won't buy this unless it was like for the video. I would say the sandwich and this is probably the same. So like I'll give it like 3 or 4. It's good on its own. If you like Inari sushi, I think you would enjoy it. And then shoga. This is gonna be my lunch. Okay, and then I have to wash my hands now. Rain. AI rain. Oh, they use the whole Inari pocket for one. Oh, we get half size here. Interesting. But there's like particular Inari sushi I kind of want to try. So you saw Inari sushi earlier. That is like a, it closes. So it's like a, it comes in square shape. And then they cut in half, usually diagonally. And then you can open it. So it becomes like a bag. And then you put rice, vinegared rice, and then you close it. And then usually you face the rice part down. So it's kind of like, it stands up like this triangle, right? But there are certain certain companies or like person who decided, oh, why don't we turn it upside down so you can see the rice, and then we would decorate with some other like colorful vegetables or even meat, and then like sashimi, and then make it prettier. So kind of want to try that. Yeah, maybe sometime I'll do some research. All right, next, I want to leave the parfait last. I want to try this. Naturally, I have no idea what this is. Noir sakura mochi. So this is biscuit or cookie, more like cookie. You know Oreos? You know Oreos? What a question. This is a Japanese version of Oreos. So we have Oreos and then noir. And this noir, usually it's black cookies and exactly same as Oreo. I prefer Oreos. But somehow they have two kinds. And usually this noir is cheaper, but pretty much Oreos. In Japan, when I was in the States for the first time, you know, like foreign tourists coming to Japan, they always talk about, maybe this is a little stereotypes, but they always talk about like, oh, you have like so many variations of Kit Kats. Like you have like strawberry matcha and like sake and many different kinds, right? But in the US at least, they only have one. I have only seen like a standard, the red one, like a regular kind, and nothing else. And I was surprised. And Same thing, well, the opposite for Oreo situation. So in Japan, we only have the black regular Oreos. And they might have like something weird, like crispy Oreos or like maybe the golden ones. But that's it. No double stuff, no like birthday cake, no red velvet, anything. And so when I went to the States, like when I went to like Walmart or something, and they had a whole variations, like it's like aisle, it's like the same as cereals. See, when you go to cereal aisle, there are so many different kinds. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna try every single one of them, right? So same for the Oreos. And yeah, like cinnamon roll, cookies and cream, mint. Yeah, just wow. So anyway, but in Japan, this is Japanese style Oreo cookies. And it's rare to see something other than this black regular one. How do I open this? I should probably open. It's so cute. Mini is super mini. Look at that. I thought mini is like this size, but like more like this size. And oh, is this Sakura? It says Sakura. Smells familiar, but that I don't know if this is Sakura. But anyway, so tiny. And supposed to be, the filling is supposed to be Sakura mochi. This is not just Sakura. This is Sakura mochi cookies. I don't think they have actual mochi in it though. Itadakimasu. The flavor they use, of course, artificial flavor, is better in the drink than this. There's no mochi. There's no mochi in it. Oh. You kind of have to find the Sakura flavor when you eat it. They should just make like strawberry version. This is like 2. Maybe it's good for just like, you know, if you want to try Sakura flavor or something, but you're not sure if you like it. But oh, I get it. I decided to read the package and I read it. I understand. This is not Sakura. I was like, smells something familiar, but it's not Sakura. And I ate it and like, yeah, I can find Sakura somewhere far, far away. But there is something stronger than Sakura. And I couldn't understand what. It says in here, I don't know if it's mirrored, but azuki. So azuki is the red bean paste. You saw it before. Sakura mochi have. Sorry, it's got my bite mark on it. But Sakura mochi has, so this has a Sakura flavor, mochi, and the inside always there is a red bean paste, anko. And this Sakura mochi noir, fake Oreos, I'm just gonna call them fake Oreos. These fake Oreos have stronger azuki, the red bean paste flavor. That's why I got confused. So yeah, so it's not really like sakura sakura, it's more like azuki ripening paste cookies. So I would say this is just 2. The Inari sushi was better in that sense. Is there a lot of Oreos inside the one pack? Yeah, handful, I think. All right, next. Okay, let's take a break from Sakura. And donuts. It's interesting, like everything was Sakura, 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 and then this is just strawberry. So it's gotta be good, right? But so 7-Eleven. Oh, Dawn, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Stay dry in the rainy weather. Thank you. I am dry. I have no intention of leaving this house today. But. So, 7-Eleven. Mochi, you know this? So, Mr. Donut. I'm pretty sure Mr. Donut started this like a ball ponde ring. Yeah, ponde ring. And then it's got some mochi gome inside, I'm pretty sure. So it's like a little kind of squishy, kind of chewy. And Japanese people like either fluffy or chewy, like a mochi mochi. So we have like mochi mochi, right? So mochi mochi is an onomatopoeia. But Japanese people really love mochi mochi flavor, that flavor, texture. And of course, ponde ring is from Mr. Donut, and Mr. Donut makes the best mochi mochi donuts. But sometimes you find this mochi mochi donut. But you gotta be careful because this is mochi mochi here. So they are trying to copy the ponde ring. So you can kind of expect some sort of mochi mochiness. But Mr. Donuts, not Mr. Donuts, but there are some donuts look like this at the convenience store supermarket, and then it's just regular donuts. There's like one time I just grabbed, it was like, oh, this is ponde ring, right? And then like I bite into it and I was like, huh? This is just regular. And then look at the package and there's nothing like says mochi mochi. So I was like, oh, I got tricked. But oh, there is even mochi donuts in the States? What? Wow. I thought that was like a more like a Japanese thing. The Japanese people like the texture of mochi mochi. Oh, interesting. Okay. But anyway, so Mr. Donut started this. But then a lot of convenience store, of course, copy them, right? And they 7-Eleven have tried to sell donuts at the counter like Nikuman, and they failed massively. And so they decided not to sell any donuts. They were like, oh, maybe we're not good at selling donuts, right? And now they're back. In Canada too, what? Interesting. Cafe near me does them and a bubble tea. What? So ponde ring is a global thing now. Interesting. Yay. This is pretty cheap. This is like 140 yen for like $1. Oh, this is actually mochi mochi. Oh, they did a good job. My mouth is really confused at the moment because like my mouth was used to having like sakura flavored and then now it's strawberry, so I'm like, huh, what am I tasting? But this is from 7-Eleven, but each convenience store does a different style of sakura or spring festa. I'm dropping a lot of stuff. This is good. This is good. Of course, like if you go to Mr. Donuts, then they have like warmer, more fresh donuts, so I recommend that. But Mr. Donuts was doing terribly as a business the past like decade, and it used to be everywhere. When I was little, Mr. Donuts was everywhere. By the way, it's owned by a cleaning company, so they're not donuts company, they're a cleaning company. That story aside, they're franchise business, right? And sorry, I'm my habit business person. When I find something that's like something like more popular, and I was like, oh, what's their story, right? How they decide, like how they were able to expand the business, and that's what I do. So like Mr. Donuts, they fail their business when they start doing like a all donuts 100 yen sales. Like McDonald's is the same thing. McDonald's had like a dollar menu, and then that was the kind of like a turning point when they start like when their business started to fail, and then now they don't have $1. I don't know about the other countries, but like in Japan we don't have dollar menu anymore. So same thing that Mr. Donuts, first they thought that it was a good idea to do like maybe once a month or like once in 2 months, when they have like all donuts 100 yen and all pies 120 yen, and so that would drive so many customers in, and they thought that they are making profit out of it. However, they were not, because in Japan especially, donuts is not really a like a everyday thing. It's not like, oh, let's get together for like, you know, breakfast, and then we will break a box, like boxes of donuts. That's not our culture. Oh, is there any snack? Oh, that's a good question. So we don't consume donuts on a daily basis, and so if they know that they are doing 100 yen sales a certain time, then they are fine with just like, you know, waiting around for like extra couple of weeks. So they would come in for the sales, and then they buy boxes of donuts, and then they get satisfied, and then they don't have to eat donuts for the next 3 months. Where Mr. Donuts as a company thought that if they drive new customers into those, like because of those sales, and then they thought that they can make those customers, new customers, as a regular customers. That didn't happen. And so over the past 10 years, gradually the number of Mr. Donuts declined, but now they're back again. Like even in my hometown, Mr. Donuts was gone. There's only maybe one shop in the entire city. But then before I left, I started saying like, you know, maybe after COVID, I guess, like one open here, one open there, like within like, you know, Aeon, the big supermarket, like Aeon Mall, right? And I was like, what's happening? Why is it back, right? And the reason why they were able to come back is because they switched from selling everything at like a lowest price, like 100 yen. They stopped doing that, and then they decided to think, how can we increase the price of the donut? It's just a donut, but how can we bring more value into one donut? And I think this is like a very good way to expand any business, is that like, how do you make it unique and so valuable that people want to pay maybe double or triple the like triple of the amount that they could have paid for something similar, less valuable, but the same item. What they did is that they decided to collaborate with famous restaurants, famous chef, famous characters, anything famous, and they jack up the price. And of course in Japan, so everything is limited edition. So they do something like, I think like they do like every season or something. Not just like, we will do Sakura flavor. They don't, like, people don't care. But if they bring in something like, oh, this person, this chef made this donut. We collaborated with this like particular chef who is like, well known throughout Japan. And they do, I don't know, like a chocolate. Like it can be like Godiva, or anything like that, or like something like very rich matcha flavor, but like they announced that like where the matcha is actually coming from, and then how popular the matcha is. And then even if we are using the Godiva chocolate, even if we are using even if this a chef that you can't make a reservation at his restaurant or a pastry shop or whatever, but with just only $5, you can taste it at Mr. Donut, right? And that's how they make it. And then that was a hit, and so now they are able to come back to all the main shopping malls, and yeah. So that's Mr. Donuts. Anyway, latte. All right, I think I have 2 more. Oh, this is so good. This is good. You know what? Scratch the number 9. Scratch score 9. This is 10. Yeah, probably there was like K-pop, J-pop collaboration. No, they probably make Pikachu, right? Okay. What is this fork for? Yeah, the guy asked me like, oh, do you need fork for this? But I couldn't see this, what he was pointing at. And I was like, sure. Extra fork wouldn't hurt. But I have no idea. Anyway, I have extra fork now. And then I guess spoon. This spoon is for like curry or something. This is not for dessert. Anyway. At least, at the 7-Eleven, they are still giving us forks and spoons. Japan also does this like, no plastic. Well, I think I understand at a certain level, Japanese people like to wrap everything so many times. But when I went to Family Mart the other day, I bought a pasta. And then they gave me chopsticks for pasta. I was like, what the hell, right? And so I asked the lady, like, hey, can we get fork, not chopsticks? And then she's like, oh, we're so sorry. This is like something that, the headquarters decided that we are no longer giving away forks. No forks. So my friend from back in the States, we went to the same college. And when she visited me over the winter break, she and I had like a small like spat. Because for me, it was like normal thing as a Japanese person, and she didn't understand it. And so in Japan, normally, of course, if it's like a soup or like a pudding or something like that, of course we have to use spoons, right? We can't use chopsticks for that. And that's like kind of common sense. But even if it's like in a bowl of soup, if it's like potage or like corn soup, we use spoon. But if it's miso soup, we use chopsticks. Because in Japanese culture, you don't like scoop with spoon. It's more like you would sip from the bowl and then you use chopstick to eat whatever inside, like seaweed and tofu. That's how you do it, right? And so when it comes to like ramen, well, maybe Chinese, but like usually Chinese and Korean, they use chopsticks, and it's like Asian food. Okay, let's say Asian food. If it's Asian food, we use chopsticks. However, if you want to eat pasta, we have to use forks, because that's not Japanese food. It's very weird to use chopsticks for non-Japanese food. That's how we think. But she never understood that. They're just noodles, just like in a form of noodles, are just different. Like, it shouldn't be a big deal whether or not to use a fork or chopsticks. Makes sense. So I kind of had to like tell her, and she was like always ask why, and I was like, I don't know why. That's what we do, right? And then when I like stop and think about it, I said, oh, I think when she's like a science major, so she needs to know exactly why things are happening. And so I was like, I felt like, like it's just a feel like when I have ramen, it's kind of weird to eat with a fork. So I just like serve with chopsticks, right? And then she's like, why? I want to know why. And then when I stop and think about it, like, oh, if the origin of the food is like somewhere Asian, then we use chopsticks. But if it's Western, then we use a fork. So that's like a simplest, reasonable explanation. But yeah, that's why I was like, when the convenience store is like, oh, we're not giving away forks anymore because it's like too much plastic. And like, well, there are so many things that you can actually do before a fork. But anyway, so that's the reason. So if you go to like some other, because like it was a thing, like as a foreigner, if you go to a convenience store and then if you buy some like, let's say ramen, when you buy a bowl of ramen and then they just look at you and judge you from how you look, and I was like, oh, I don't think you can use chopsticks, so I'll give you a fork. And then some foreigners get offended. I was like, I know how to use a chopstick, and they should be giving me a chopsticks, right? But I guess it's gonna be like opposite. Even if you are like first time coming to Japan and then you don't like chopsticks, and if you want to give give you a fork, and if you ask for a fork, and there's like, oh, we don't serve forks here. So that might happen. Chopsticks tutorial. Like I did the onigiri opening tutorial before. I might do that. I might do chopstick tutorial for shorts. Thank you for the short idea. Yeah, I would get insulted if they asked me if I want a fork, right? I know. So that was like kind of like a thing among tourists or people who live in Japan, and that people just like judge you from how you look, and it's like, oh, here you go, fork, right? Yeah, anyway, so 2 more items. Marshmallows. Wow, interesting. I just saw Sakura. I'm like, oh, marshmallows. I like marshmallows. But this is Sakura marshmallows. But inside it's got しかも砂糖錦. Wow. Cherry jelly inside. Or jam, maybe. Zeri is a very tricky word in Japanese. Like even if they say zeri, sometimes it's just jam, and sometimes it's actually jelly. And sato nishiki is one of the popular cherries. I don't know if they're expensive, but it's like sato nishiki is something that you kind of know. It's like Kobe beef. Oh, this is something that I can't open this way. I don't like open like this. They're forcing me to open like this. So squishy. Whoa, 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 whoa. Mmm. Jelly. Oh, this is good. This is good. This is actually well made. There is a taste difference between sakura and sakurambo, which is cherry. So I was little doubtful when they say smells like sakura marshmallow and then has the cherry jam inside, cherry jelly inside. It is. It is. So when you bite into it, yeah, smells subtle sakura. And then you can kind of taste sakura from outside, but the jelly has like strong sakurambo flavor. This is new. I don't think I ever mixed sakura and cherry flavor. Usually they have like sakura. Everything sakura. Sakura tea, sakura parfait, sakura ice cream, sakura. And it's hard to find something cherry. I do not know why. But this is good. I'll say this is like 10 also. How much was it? It shouldn't be too expensive. I think it was like 200 yen, $2. Now I have a sweet tooth. I know every time like I do something like that, everyone's like, oh, I'm getting hungry. I know, I'm sorry. The marshmallow was good. And this. And this. Last one. Yay. We were talking about White Day. I don't think they have anything White Day. I saw White Day something somewhere. But it doesn't scream as much as Valentine's Day. Because the Valentine's Day is more like chocolate. Like there's like, it's like a theme, right? Well, it's made by like probably Meiji, chocolate company, because they want to, that's the other thing. Like if you want to, like grow your business sales, then just make a tradition out of it, make a custom out of it, and then spread it worldwide or nationwide. And yeah, we don't have Easter. That's one thing. That's something. Maybe I can understand why. Because like Japan is like a more like multi-culture, religious country, because people don't realize like certain activities are actually religious, but we just do it because it's fun, right? It's like becoming part of Japan culture. Like I talk about it many times, but like when for New Year's Day we go to shrine, which is Shintoism, and then when you pass away, you do a funeral at a temple, which is that's Buddhism. And if you get married, you go to a chapel, which means Christianity. And also we celebrate Christmas. Of course, Christmas is not like national holiday, and we go to work, we go to school on the 25th. So, still, we don't feel like it's like a holiday, but we have Santa Claus and we have Christmas gift exchange. We put up trees, right? We say Merry Christmas, right? But not so many people, well, adults, as an adult, people know about Christmas is actually a religious thing, right? And I guess a lot of people know when they grow up that that's like a, you know, Jesus's birthday, right? And that as a concept, birthday is easy to understand. A big thing in Japan is Christmas is KFC. That's like another thing. It's like a like, you know, you have to buy chocolates and then give to your confess your love. Is just, you know, that's something that like one particular company, chocolate company, introduced to Japanese culture. So KFC is the same thing. KFC, Christmas, chicken, that's just like just one of their business strategy, right? But as a person, like regardless of your race, regardless of where you live or religion, it's easy to understand. Okay, so today we have this celebration because this is somebody's birthday. Birthday, people understand. But when it comes to resurrection, people don't understand that if you're not religion. And if you grew up in the country or community where there are many different religions, and so like, oh, this person believes in this religion, this person believes in this religion, and they're the difference. And then like if you grew up in that, then you might be able to understand it. But Easter is one, it's not a set date. It moves around every year. And two, some company tried to introduce Easter bunnies into Japanese culture, like, you know, Christmas or Valentine's Day, but it won't go beyond rabbits. And then the best thing they could do so far was to put some like rabbits and eggs on the package of Kit Kats. And that's it. And so then people started to know like the word Easter, and it's supposed to be like rabbits, eggs, but like why? And I think Daiso started selling the plastic egg capsules, you know, like you do egg hunts, right? And so some people do that kind of activity, but like they don't know why. And then I don't think even if they try to learn why, I don't think they can understand it. And they're like, it's fine, right? So like if any company would succeed introducing Easter as their business strategy, I might be able to do that. I don't know. I might try to increase their sales, then they have to change it into like some sort of like a spring festival thing. But then Japan has, now I think about it, Japan has like already spring theme sales, Sakura. So it kind of like overlaps with Sakura, and Sakura wins over Easter. Because like if you take out all the Christianity out of Easter, and then we are left with something spring, right? Bunny and eggs in spring. So it's a spring festival, and then Sakura probably wins over that. So anyway, enough of like religious talk, and let's get into Sakura parfait. I always like want to have parfait, like whenever I love ice cream. So whenever I go to anywhere, literally, like, you know, family restaurant anywhere, I look at the menu, I was like, oh, they have strawberry parfait, right? But then like, parfait is like usually this big. I can't believe like when I was in the US, like I was drinking like this tall milkshake all the time. But yeah, that's why I was probably fat. But the Japanese parfait is expensive and big. So I know that I can't finish it. Okay, so if I can peel this off, I can read it. But probably not. So it's got on top It's got pickled sakura flower. Easter bunny sakura eating. Too much information. And then, let's peel this off. Here we go. Here we go. Ha. Nope. Nope. Yeah. Oop. So it's got sakura and then whipped cream in the middle. And then sakura mochi. Ah, this is sakura mochi. And then this is sakura whipped cream. And then anko, whipping paste. And then mousse, sakura mousse. Sakura sauce is where? Where is sakura sauce? Sakura sauce is hidden somewhere. And then sakura jelly. Yay, dessert. Yeah, this spoon is wrong. We need a smaller spoon. So we gotta get all the layers. There we go. All the layers. Yeah, it's really sweet. Really sweet, but... Oh, Tennessee! Go to Mary! Oh, you have storms? Wow. It's raining in Tokyo too. This is good. This is like a good sweets. Good dessert. It's hard to get all the layers. I always miss the bottom layer, the jelly layer. The mochi is good too. I want to try the jelly. Oh, there we go. I got the jelly. I might not be a big fan of this jelly. I don't know why. I might not be a big fan of the texture. But I give you a solid 7 for this. Little too much whipped cream for me. Because whipped cream, sakura whipped cream, and then regular white whipped cream. So, as I said, I'm not a big fan of whipped cream, but it's very good. Very good. And my favorite. When is your... where is your next adventure with Norman? We haven't decided yet. I've did a pretty big adventure with the snowboarding, so for the winter. But I've been kind of like busy. I haven't had a single day off the past month or so. I got used to, like, after coming to Tokyo, I got used to taking like 2 days off a week, like Saturday and Sunday. So I got kind of spoiled for the first like 6 months coming in Tokyo, and then everything went back to, well, without, you know, well, I kind of started it, sure, but when I'm kind of person who would prepare everything before it happens. So when I study abroad, I plan so much and then I'll be ready, which is good because then that's the only reason why I was able to do 2 years of schoolwork in like only 1 year and I skip a grade and then officially graduate from high school in Hawaii, right? And no one else does that. And usually if they wanted to continue and finish high school overseas, and then they have to do like 2-3 more years. But I was like, okay, I'm ready. I got all the information and I'm capable of doing that. And so I like contacted both schools in Japan and then a school in Hawaii, and then I managed to graduate from both. So yes, in a different word, I am overachiever. But however, I plan everything ahead. So for me, I get some level of anxiety if I don't prepare for something. When something happens, yeah, sometimes like unexpected happening, but I'm like, I don't be like, oh no, I haven't thought of this and then I have no idea what to do, I'm lost. That rarely happens. But because of that, I always thought that like I'm more like chill. Oh, one dare. Is that right? Thank you for a $5 super chat. Question: in Japan, are they starting to move to paper straws and wooden utensils instead of plastic stuff? Cause it's kind of a thing in Canada lately. Yeah, absolutely. They started around the time that like you guys probably started. And the konbini stuff, it's plastic. I was actually surprised to see the plastic spoons and forks, but certain konbini does that, like wooden forks and wooden spoons. Straws, yeah, like if you go to Starbucks, McDonald's, some other restaurants, they serve paper straws. If you ask them, they usually have plastic straws too. But yeah, I guess it's kind of similar. But I think there is a like lately some companies are stopped doing that. So I go to places and then like realize like, oh, they serve plastic straw. That happens too. So yeah, I guess it's kind of similar. But anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, I overly prepare it, and then I thought that like, you know, my parents always like said to me that like I'm kind of like a slow pace. I take time. And then I'm more like a perfectionist. So I want to take time and then make it perfect. And like, so my process is like a little slower. However, in a general term, looks like I can't take time. I can't just like sit back and watch what happens next. I'm more like, okay, I have to do this, I have to do that. And if I have like even like a minute of like time to just like sit and like, I have nothing to do. And then I panic. I need to do something. And yeah, so when I decided to move to Tokyo, I promised myself that I'm not gonna prepare for anything. I'm not gonna like think of like, oh, like maybe I have to, you know, think of like where I'm going to start next company, or like I should just think of like a daily schedule or anything like that. I'd be more like, you know what, I'll just like go to Tokyo, book a flight and then go to Tokyo. And it's not like I'm gonna die. I know some people in Tokyo, and I would rely on them if I need to, absolutely need to. And I'm just gonna spend some time in Tokyo. But guess what? I don't know why, but I have a second school. I don't know why I'm this busy. So this is me without planning to be busy. So for me, I think I did a good job considering how much I usually pack everything in like in a short period of time. I took 6 months. I took 6 months to just, settle in, enjoy my 2 days off a week, I guess. And now I don't have any day off. I actually have to work, I have a meeting after this. So I probably should get ready for that. But it's an online meeting, thank God. So I don't have to walk in the rain. But I am enjoying your videos and walks and talks. Thank you. So, and then yeah, I want to make more videos. I was gonna make more videos, and then that's one of the reasons I was like, you know what? I want to make videos, so I don't want to keep myself busy. And I'm just way too busy. Way too busy. But yeah, it's kind of so like only time that I'm like, okay, I've been trying to make some time at least once a week on Sunday to do a live stream. And because if I don't force myself to do that, I was like, I would be easily like swamped with other jobs and then other tasks. And I'm like, you know what? Like if I have like this 2-hour live stream and I'll be able to do this and this and that. But then I was like, if I stop doing that, and I probably will upload videos and everything's gonna stop online. So like I have to avoid that. So even if like unless like I'm going on shoot or some other stuff, I will stop everything that I'm doing and I'll take time take time to actually do live stream, because if I need to do live streams, and that's kind of like my break, right? So I have to like force myself to have like a break. And the scheduled on Sunday live stream is pretty much helping me to do that. So thank you guys. And yep, so if you happen to find anything Sakura, I recommend you should try that, whether or not you would like it or not. Because Sakura is like very different from, and it's very hard for me to describe what kind of taste that is. But anyway, thank you for watching. And then I think it's all day rainy today. Let me see. Oh, I don't see anyone on the street. So I don't know if they're using the umbrella or not. Japanese people like to use umbrellas. So anyway, thank you for watching. What we'll do for next Sunday live, I have no idea. I usually don't think about it until Saturday night, and then I was like, oh, I have to come up with the thumbnail, like theme and a thumbnail and a title in the next 2 hours, and then that's what I usually do. Oh, James, thank you so much for the super chat. I think you need a good few days of art. What's R&R? Last time I think I asked you guys like, in real life. So IRL. I was like, what is IRL? And then you guys told me like, oh, it's in real life. I was like, oh, what is R&R? Somebody. I need an answer. I need an answer. What is R&R? Nobody? Ah, thank you. Rest and relaxation is R&R. What? That's new. That's very new. I'll do that. That's my goal today. I was like, I had to box up one online meeting, but after that, I was like, I try not to overwhelm myself with work, because tomorrow is already Monday. So Thank you so much, and then I'll see you next week. Bye.